the number 22 in Ben Godfrey, but he couldn't quite get his foot to it, and Onana was there to just push that away from his goal, and Manchester United lived to die another day. It's now with Onana on the D now, just coming outside of his box. In short for Casemiro. Misplaced pass. This is a very poor giveaway. It's into the centre now for Everton. They can't exactly find the ball that they needed. Now Bruno Fernandes in the heart of defence of Manchester United. They'll look to swing past into an attacking phase of play now on this right-hand side. Crossing past halfway. Still driving is Bruno Fernandes. Now it's towards Alejandro Garnacho. He's got options to his left and to his right. Goes to the right-hand touchline now. Back with McTominay. Midway point of Manchester United's attacking half. Mainu. Back on halfway for Johnny Evans. In the centre circle. He's got plenty of options there for him to assess. It looks towards Varane on the halfway line. Now it's with Marcus Rashford. Into touch with Varane. It's picked off by Everton and look to swing past towards that right-hand side in their attacking half now. Unfortunately, Doucouré unable to get a touch of the football in an effective manner, and it will be a Manchester United throw just inside of their defensive half on this left-hand side. See Sean Dyche marshalling instructions. Of course, his former side in Burnley are actually in a very perilous position, all things considered. Currently sitting in the relegation zone. In fact, rock bottom in the Premier League besides Sheffield United. They're just separated on goal difference. Now, just coming out of the D is Casemiro now on the right side of defence. It's back to Casemiro in the centre half of defence. It's back with Onana now. Options are plenty. And Onana on the D looks to force one long. And searching for Rashford is picked up in the midway point of the attacking half of Bruno Fernandes. Slides through a couple challenges. Now it's with Garnacho. Into the box United goes on the right-hand side of the box. It's Onana who laps that clear towards that right-hand side for a Manchester United throw-in. In fact, it actually did come off Diogo Dalot off the deflection, and it will be a Everton throw-in just in line with that defensive penalty area on that left-hand side for them. Promising signs for the Evertonians. Of course, are very much pressed this contest so far. The Toffees are very adamant in their style of play, and Sean Dyche, who's developed some tactical flexibility whilst at the football club. Now Bruno Fernandes has been cut out. It's one back in United's attacking half now. They're looking to set the circle, but it's picked off, and now Beto can swing past. The Portuguese striker looking to find options on his right to his left. He looks to his right, finds Doucouré in the area, gets a strike away. In fact, it was one of the cross-come shots, but it's into the arms of Onana. And United will like to go and mount a counter-attack of their own now. It is through Kobbie Mainoo, his star player for Manchester United, who's emerged as a front-runner for perhaps Premier League Young Player of the Year. But Dwight McNeil is going to stride forward now in space, but he's cut off, and it will be a throw-in for Everton. Dwight McNeil, of course, once linked to Manchester United back in the day. He's a bit older now, 24 years of age. Played under Burnley with Sean Dyche, and it's a bit of a reunion of sorts, dare I say, as United do see that out for a corner on that left-hand side. And Dwight McNeil was also actually a part of the Manchester United Youth Academy, which is very intriguing. He stayed at the club until he was 14 when he struggled for game time at that point and made the move across to Burnley. To the cross now delivered for Everton. It's near post and it's batted away by Fernandes. And Braithwaite looking to pick up in the heart of defence for Everton, should I say, and they're in their attacking half. Jack Harrison with a late ball. It's Braithwaite who looks to flick it across into the centre, but no one's there for the Toffees, and Bruno Fernandes will send this high and long to Marcus Rashford, who's in transition, driving into the box on that left-hand side. Now, cutting onto his right centrally, then onto his left, Marcus Rashford! And it just flicks off an Everton defender out for a corner. I think it was actually Jack Harrison who tracked back just in time. That was an excellent ball over the top from Fernandes to find Rashford, who had a Garnacho to his right, had a couple Everton defenders in his way, twisted left and right and got the strike away, but making the last-ditch challenge was Jack Harrison, former Leeds and Manchester City winger. And it will be a corner for Manchester United, their first of the afternoon. It's Bruno Fernandes on this right-hand corner flag now to swing this in. He's got Varane for support and also Johnny Evans. It's a free header! And it's into the arms of Jordan Pickford. At the near post, Manchester United got the header. It was from Casemiro, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He was very free. Could have flicked it across into the top right corner, but couldn't quite do so. And I think there was definitely a foul off the ball from Varane as well. It looked like on Jaron Braithwaite. Now it's high up long for Everton. It's towards that right-hand touchline, but it's picked up by the Swede and Victor Lindelof. One of the older statesmen in this Manchester United squad, has been at the club for the better part of 5 years. Now Victor Lindelof, left the club in 2017 from Benfica. Has been a relative success, you could argue. Onana in the D looks towards that right-hand side in the attacking half for United. It's won back by Everton in their attacking half. Midway point of their attacking half. It's through Dwight McNeil. Looks to swing through a pass, but it's picked off. Now Mainu striding forward, entering the centre circle, but he's clattered down. James Tarkowski, another former player who's played under, of course, Sean Dyche at Burnley. Lindelof has sent it into the box of Onana. Tarkowski also Manchester born, is very interesting to note. He did actually play for Main Road, which have a very similar logo to Manchester City. Of course, the Main Road, the ex-ground of Manchester City. That's towards this right-hand touchline for Everton, just inside the defensive half. They'll flick the ball into the central region, but Casemiro's there to get the header away. Garnacho stepping into midfield, centre circle for Nanj, one touch, does find McTominay. He looks towards his left-hand side, does find Marcus Rashford, who's isolating himself past Ben Godfrey, slipping through a pass towards Garnacho, turning onto his right, he's brought to ground, and a penalty has been awarded. Manchester United have got themselves their just reward, you could say, on the balance of play. Alejandro Garnacho clipped by James Tarkowski on that left-hand side in the penalty area, and within 10 minutes, Manchester United will look to go and convert from the spot. James Tarkowski just sticking a leg in. And, well, I guess you could say it's probably deserved on the balance of play, but Everton have done extremely well to maintain their intensity in these first few moments, but United are at times deadly on the counter. Garnacho is delighted, and who will step up? You would suspect Bruno Fernandes, but we will see what the outcome will be. Yes, it is Bruno Fernandes to stand over this one. Opportunity for him is a big one. Jordan Pickford, a massive, massive task on his hand. What can he do from this position? 2 clean sheets, 27 goals he's conceded against Manchester United. A big opportunity for him. He was very adamant that they would run all over Manchester United in the pre-game. Fernandes from the spot. Taking his time. It is Bruno Fernandes. Goes to the bottom right corner. That is a penalty masterclass from Bruno Fernandes. And Manchester United, as they did last week, opened the scoring. Well, it was coming. You just felt they would score at one point in this fixture within the early moments. And they had some early sights on goal, and Bruno Fernandes does deliver. Everton, you feel that they'd be very unlucky, but James Tarkowski just putting a leg in, probably at the wrong moment, you'd have to say, and Bruno Fernandes picked a spot. Pickford also went the same way as well, it has to be said, but he is one of the best penalty takers in this competition. He scored 4 of his previous 5, and now he's made that 5 out of 6, so he's very good from the spot, and he has provided again. Erik Ten Hag is up and about, he's pretty happy, and why wouldn't he be? What's next for you, United, and for Everton, who have provided some very dangerous positions for Manchester United to defend. And Casemiro looks to slide through that pass. 1-2 touch now. It's Ben Godfrey. Midway point of the attacking half is Dwight McNeil. On his left-hand side, overlapping is Mikolenko. Looks to get the cross away, and he gets it into the box eventually. McTominay was there. And there's strike on goal, the volley, in fact, from Dwight McNeil. Nearly pierces the top left corner. That was wondrous. Just picked it on the perimeter, and McNeil with the first-time volley. That was eyed towards the top left corner, and somehow it just drifted wide of goal. He is certainly providing intensity and energy in these first few moments, Dwight McNeil, as Everton continue to press. And they do win it back on halfway. The ball's high up in the air in the attacking half for Everton. It's on the edge of the area now for Doucouré, looking to twirl on his right and left foot. McNeil towards the back post. No one's there, and United will see it out for a goal kick. Well, Everton, by all accounts, have not had the worst of seasons in the Premier League. Of course, the 10-point deduction didn't do them any favours at the start of the campaign, but there's obviously a fear of a second points deductions in relation to their financial irregularities. Obviously, that initial 10-point deduction was actually reduced to 6, so that's obviously given them 4 extra points to play with. It's on that right-hand touchline, and it's went back by United in the heart of defence. As for United, plenty of issues for themselves and disciplinary issues when it comes to off-the-field action from Marcus Rashford, among others. But the action on the park today has been nothing short of entertainment factor to the max. Godfrey down that right-hand touchline now. It's Lindelof stepping inside. He gives away the foul, and justifiably so. It's in the midway point of defence for Everton on that right-hand side. They'll look to come forward now, and they attempt the crossfield ball, and that is executed to perfection. Mikolenko now, just beyond halfway on that left-hand touchline. Plays it in short now for James Garner. Now to Jared Braithwaite. Young centre-half, only 21 years of age, Jared Braithwaite. And he looks to slide a beautiful pass towards Beto, who's through on goal, but he's in an offside position. Just a line-splitting pass. But unfortunately, Beto was offside. Of course, he was the big summer arrival for Everton. Only 2 goals in the Premier League, though, for Portuguese striker. And towards that left-hand touchline in the midway point of defence for Lindelof. Plays it back to his goalkeeper in Andre Onana. Just on the perimeter is Johnny Evans, and Doucouré is pressing as well and will force Onana to clear it into the centre circle. Everton win it back, but it's back with United now on that right-hand side. Central right-hand side for Fernandes. Looks towards Garnacho. Mainu is arriving on that right-hand touchline. He'll look to stride forward and get the ball into the box, but it's an excellent defensive challenge from Jared Brandt. Everton get it clear as far as Diogo Dalot. And now it's won back by Bruno Fernandes, midway point of United's attacking half. Look back on halfway on that right-hand touchline and go back into the heart of defence with Varane now central left-hand side, should I say. Crosses past halfway. Looks to find a brilliant ball towards Alejandro Garnacho, who enters the box, is rolled across to Fernandes, who sends that right into the Stretford end. That was a brilliant piece of play from Rafael Varane. Somehow spotted Alejandro Garnacho, who was free on that right-hand channel, entered the box, rolled it across to Bruno Fernandes, who just, skied it right over the bar. Another cruel giveaway for Manchester United, but Everton have held pretty firm and have done pretty well. Dalot just on halfway for United. And a sliding effort for Casemiro to just keep it in play. In the centre circle now is Varane. Evans looks towards that central right-hand side, just inside of that defensive half United. Casemiro, misplaced pass. One back by Onana in midfield. Centre circle now, Beto back to goal. Looks to his central defender in James Tarkowski. Central left-hand side in the heart of defence for Branthwaite. Towards that left-hand touchline. Stepping inside, McNeil looking to stride forward. It's towards Doucouré in the centre. McNeil again, unable to find passing, and it's in the central area for United. A brilliant ball from McTominay, looking towards Marcus Rashford, but that's overhit. Beautiful in intention, but not quite there. That's where United and Everton can punish each other. It's in those moments of transition when they switch off and make a misplaced pass or two. Pickford. It's on this left-hand touchline, but United win it back. It's through McTominay. He looks to receive in board, but it's nice ball across. This time with Godfrey on this right-hand side, stepping into the Everton attacking half. Holding it short now for James Garner. Garner now. Godfrey on the halfway line is James Garner, central right-hand side. It's back into the defensive area of Everton, and Jordan Pickford comes out of his box to play the ball over the top towards that left-hand side. The overlapping run to effect from Mikalenko. Looks to roll it short, and now is Jack Harrison. Received it on the D and just let fly from range, but could not find the back of the net. Everton have had some pops so far. They've looked pretty lively, more than you would expect against a team of Manchester United's ilk who have performed relatively well this season. Of course, that when they did go up against Manchester City last week, and of course they eventually lost that game. It's the first match they've lost whilst leading since September 2014, as the free kick is given to United in the just beyond the centre circle in the defensive half. Now it's towards Raphael Varane. Stepping on halfway is Mainu. So on the left-hand side is Mainu again, looking to traverse forward, and in fact it deflects off a couple of players and he wins it back on that left-hand touchline, but he can't exactly force it forward. Kobbie Mainoo, of course, a product of the Manchester United Academy. Still hard to believe he's only 18 years of age. It's in the centre circle now for McNeil, and plenty of players in transition for Everton. It's Mikalenko now on this left-hand side, approaching the about 25 yards out from goal. It's Dwight McNeil. It's back towards Mikalenko. A lot of space for Everton to exploit, and McNeil looks to swing it across, but it's off the back of a United player. Of course, Kobbie Mainoo, of course, Stockport-born midfielder. Made his debut for United in 2022, and is now a first-team regular. Really hard to believe. Many people do believe he should be included in the next England squad. We'll see if that is the case when the call-ups are announced very soon. Tarkowski now, just on halfway for Everton. Back in the centre circle is James Garner with a beautiful turn away from Bruno Fernandes. It's back with James Tarkowski with an excellent switch towards that left-hand side. Now Mikalenko. In short, Onana. That's towards McNeil on the edge of the area on that left-hand side, but it's now with McTominay. Dalot just on the byline for United, looking to clear it out of their defensive half, but Everton doing extremely well to win it back, in fact. But Mainoo was there to step inside too. Casemiro flicking it across to that left-hand side for Victor Lindelof to deal with. It's still in the United's defensive half around the penalty area, but Everton again win it back. It's Garner looking to flick it across into the box, but United again give away the throw-in. It has been a very turbulent time for United to get themselves out of their defensive situations. That's something they've really struggled with. Everton are keeping them on their toes. Godfrey crossed in towards the back post, but no player is there except for Mikalenko, who receives on the left edge of the penalty area. It's back to Dwight McNeil. Crossing towards the centre, and Dwight McNeil nearly found Jack Harrison in the centre. Those two players are proving very, very lively. And Varane did have him covered. McNeil did have a trailing foot, but Everton have seriously gained a lot of momentum in these last few minutes and keeping United on their toes, to say the least. clear from that right-hand touchline. It's McTominay now on that right-hand touchline, just in the attacking half for United in a tussle with Onana, and gives away the foul. Amadou Onana, of course, quite the effective player, dare I say, for Everton. Arrived in 2022 from Lille. He was Belgian international. Now it's on that right-hand touchline for Everton, just in their defensive half, and they do get it away, but it's a poor giveaway from James Tarkowski. And they win it back to Everton down this right-hand side. In the attacking half, it is Beto now. Looks towards the back post. There is McNeil on the perimeter of the area, shortened towards Mikalenko, who lets fly, and it's off the foot of Casemiro, and it'll be out for a corner for Everton to take on this left-hand side. These are where their corners have come from. Can they fashion a chance from this position? And towards the back post, and Tarkowski was rising, but he couldn't quite control his balance, and his header is over the bar. Erik Ten Hag, very intriguing first 18 months for him at the helm of Manchester United. Cup success last season, but hasn't quite followed suit this campaign. Now Garner receives again in board. It's James Garner! Onana with the save. Still alive for Manchester United, and it's Onana with the attempted half volley. Just on the perimeter, just stepping inside. And James Garner with a fantastic run going forward. Nearly looked like he slipped. Played the 1-2 with Doucouré, and about 25 yards out from range in that central left-hand side, looked to strike on goal. And Everton do have all the momentum now. Onana with the acrobatic sort of punch away, dare I say, like it was something out of like a volleyball fixture or something of that ilk. And Doucouré just was also involved in that phase of play too, I believe. And Onana with the later shot on goal. Doucouré again. And this left-hand touchline is McNeil now. Turns away from his marker and plays it back into defence for Everton. Through James Tarkowski. Looks towards that right-hand touchline. There's Ben Godfrey looking to slide through a ball towards Beto. He can't have the opportunity to do that, and he'll be out for a goal kick. Varane proving very strong yet again. Sean Dyche will probably know that his side can more than easily get back into this contest, and the goal kick from Onana might leave Garnacho free on this left-hand side. He's isolated with Ben Godfrey onto his right. It's Garnacho off the back of Tarkowski. Back with Lindelof now. And an off-the-ball challenge against Garnacho, and into the book. I think might be Onana, perhaps. Looked like the referee was going to go into his book. So go into his back pocket to retrieve the book and the yellow card, but yeah, Onana stepping on the foot of Garnacho. I think the VAR might have a look at this. It's a free kick for Manchester United just on the D, central left-hand side, just beyond the D. And yeah, it's a confirmed yellow card for Andre Onana. Bruno Fernandes will stand over this one. Very good set-piece taker is Bruno Fernandes. I haven't really seen a wondrous free-kick goal from him in recent times, but he could deliver here. On the left-hand side of the D is Portuguese captain for Manchester United. Also, Marcus Rashford standing over this one too. He can definitely hit them. It is Bruno Fernandes. Oh my word! I think he hit the upright. Maybe Pickford got a hand to it. But it's an outstanding piece of play from Jordan Pickford, who definitely did get a hand to it in the end. And we'll just recap that. Yes, I think it hit the upright. Maybe, yes, there was a hand from Pickford. It was very hard to tell from this angle, but Pickford did incredibly well. That is tremendous. Jordan Pickford, the English custodian, in goal. Throwing on the left-hand touchline for United. Now it's into the centre circle. Diogo Dalot looks towards that right-hand side. It's with Garnacho stepping into midfield now. It's towards that central left-hand side with Lindelof. Nice little 1-2 with Garnacho. He looks to find Rashford on that left-hand side. The flick on now to Mainu in midfield. Rides several challenges, but he's battered down by Doucouré and will unleash Dwight McNeil racing down that central left-hand side, but he's got plenty of United players to deal with, and he beats past Dalot. Not quite in the end. Does nutmeg him in the end, but United do hold firm in possession now. What's that central right-hand side for United in possession now? Garnacho in the centre circle, past halfway. It's Rashford on that left-hand touchline, looking to progress into the central region of the pitch. Looks for the crossfield ball. It's out towards Bruno Fernandes on that right-hand side towards the byline. McTominay across the face of goal! But the offside flag has been called against Manchester United here. And Jared Braithwaite was immense there regardless of the circumstance. Another great crossfield ball from Marcus Rashford. That is truly fantastic. And McTominay looked to be in an offside position, but I think Braithwaite may have kept him onside, but it's very hard to tell from that angle we have been provided. So clearing it out of defence now. Everton this time for Jared Braithwaite on that central left-hand side. It's with Dwight McNeil steps in short. Left-hand touchline in their defensive half. Midway point is Jared Braithwaite looking to pierce through a pass towards Beto, looking to get in behind. And Johnny Evans did really well, but Beto reclaims possession. Approaching the byline, it's towards Doucouré on the left edge of the penalty area for Everton. And they're attacking half, back of a step now, about 35 yards out from goal on this left-hand side. It's Dwight McNeil looking to drive. He's got Mikalenko to his left. McNeil! Nearly finds the bottom right corner. He has caused absolute trouble for United. And Dwight McNeil looking to create a statement against his former youth side. So close towards that bottom right-hand corner. He has been the star of the show for Everton. Onana now clearing it out of his box. In the centre circle, Rashford. And also a very strong stiff arm from Onana. Sees him concede the foul. Needs to be very careful about his disciplinary actions, as he already has a yellow card. The worst thing for Everton now would be good to go to 10. It's just on halfway for United on that left-hand touchline. Back into the centre circle it is for Johnny Evans. Past halfway now. They look towards that central left-hand side with Casemiro. And left-hand touchline with Marcus Rashford. Back into defence now. It is through Rafael Varane. United aren't really playing with a proper left back. It's Lindelof who steps in that position. Midway point of defence now. It is Manchester United, this time through Casemiro. And it's with McTominay. And now it's out to that right-hand side. It's with the cross that comes into the box from Dalot. And now it's with Rashford. Approaching the byline. Couple step overs. Rashford still entering the box now. It's Lindelof. It's towards the D now. It's with Casemiro. United looking to find a way through on the perimeter of the box. Now it's towards Casemiro. Ball towards that right-hand side. It calls for a handball, potentially, against one of the Everton defenders. But Mikalenko was there as well. It's a high ball towards that right-hand side. And there was the first time from Casemiro. And that might have hit the arm of Mikalenko, when he did go to ground, he did header it, and it just hit his arms on the way through. So, don't think that's enough to warrant a penalty. Second penalty for the afternoon. McNeil now on the left-hand touchline, just in that defensive half now. It's back into that central region for Pickford. Pickford looks high up the line. No player found in particular, and it's back to Onana in goal. Midway point of defence now, it is to Rafael Varane. Varane back to his goalkeeper, Onana, on the perimeter of the area, just in the D now. It's Onana. He looks towards that left-hand side. Everton intercept. And I think the offside flag is called against Everton here. Bit of a break in play so far, entering the 34th minute in this contest. And Jordan Pickford will take high ball, and that's into the mixer for Everton, and United will look to swing forward through a counter-attack as McTominay towards that right-hand side. Garnacho racing forward and racing centrally as well. It's Alejandro Garnacho on the D. Garnacho turning left, brought to ground, a second penalty. Deja vu for Everton. It's the Argentine Garnacho, and this time the culprit is Ben Godfrey, who goes into the book. You can not believe it. United win 2 penalties in the first half, and Garnacho is the man who wins not one, but both penalties. And Ben Godfrey, and just imposing himself a little bit too much, stepping onto his foot as he just entered the area across the D, and this is a stonewall penalty, and this time it actually is Marcus Rashford who is going to take this one, sharing the joy, potential joy, Manchester United. Marcus Rashford from the spot. Now Bruno Fernandes delegating his penalty taking role to the man who bleeds red, Marcus Rashford. Not the greatest of campaigns for him so far by his standards. This will do a lot for his confidence, and can Jordan Pickford redeem himself? He went to the right-hand side the first time from broadcast vantage. Left-hand side if you want to be technical. Rashford, 4 of his last 5 penalties scored. Can he make this another one for him? Rashford, stutter step, bottom left-hand corner. Rashford is delighted. United are flying, and they get the 2-0 scoreline to go their way so far in this first half. There's those moments in transition where they've caused trouble. Garnacho, the man who has essentially brought United into this position in the first place, and Everton will feel very hard done by. They've done very well, but football is a game of moments, and when players do decide to step up, like Alejandro Garnacho, he has proved the difference maker. Rashford finishing off the coolness and calmness of a man you would have expected slot home a penalty. "37 minutes into this contest. United comfortable, but Everton will not go home without a fight, that is to be sure. It's received on the D now for Ghana. Now Dwight McNeil again looks to pop one on that central left-hand side of the area, but it flies over the bar, following the deflection from a Manchester United player, and it will be a corner for Everton. They've probably played better in this contest, to be honest, and it's a team that's 2-0 down. Football is a very strange game. James Garner now on that left-hand side for the corner for Everton. It's into the mixer now. Onana looks to get a punch to it, but United get it clear. 30 yards out from goal now. It's Dwight McNeil looking to curl one into the box, and it's a trailing leg from Doucouré, which unfortunately he couldn't get into touch with the ball. And Corey, I think he's also been handed a yellow card as well. I'm not exactly sure what for though. But those two moments Garnacho brought down in the penalty area on that left-hand side and also in the centre. Not often you see two penalties scored in a Premier League fixture in the first half, and the same player being brought down for those penalties, but stranger things have happened in the wonderful world of football. Corey receiving now in space. Now it's with Beto in the centre circle. Harrison, and racing through is Beto and also Doucouré, but it's into the centre circle for Manchester United now. It's Doucouré back to goal. It's got space on that right hand side. And Nana's brought down just beyond halfway in their attacking half, just outside of the centre circle. They'll usher all men forward, Everton. They have the momentum going forward. And Pickford will be the one to take the set piece. It's come beyond halfway. It's a long, long walk. They look towards that left-hand side. Get the cross in. It's Pickford into the area it goes. Fernandes gets it clear. Not as far as Ben Godfrey. Back in the centre circle now is Everton on towards his right hand side. It's Jack Harrison. Looks for the cross into the box on that left hand side again. United deal with it very well. McTominay does find Mainu, and they'll go in transition United towards that right hand side. On the halfway line is Fernandes, and Mainu receives on the overlap again. Approaching into the box, looking to slide it across goal, but Garner was there for the interception. He did very well. Now on the central left hand side for Everton now in their defensive half. It is Dwight McNeil racing towards this right-hand side now. It does find Jack Harrison on that right-hand touchline. Midway point of their attacking half, Everton. This time it is through James Garner. Looks forward, finds Onana. Godfrey, right-hand touchline now is Doucouré. It's back with Ben Godfrey. The 1-2 to Doucouré. Now it's with Jack Harrison. Getting the cross, looking towards the back post, but no one's there. Maybe just a moment of frustration for Harrison. Of course, made a pathway that not many do, and played college football at Wake Forest. Was drafted in the MLS by New York City FC with the #1 overall pick, and then was at Manchester City, making loan moves with the likes of Leeds United, where he spent the better part of 5 years there now, in some capacity. Now it's Garnacho towards his right-hand touchline. It's Mikalenko who deals with it very well, in line with the penalty area on that right-hand side. Ironically enough, Jack Harrison was actually a Manchester United youth product from the age of 7 to the age of 14. And then, of course, moved to the US as a youngster too. United on that right-hand touchline, approaching their defensive half, and they decide to go back into their defensive half to find Onana. He's going to launch one going forward. And there is Rashford, looking to get the touch away, and he's not in an offside position. It's taken quickly by Everton, and they approach past halfway down the central left-hand side. It's with Dwight McNeil. Centre circle it was Bruno Fernandes briefly. Towards his left-hand side, Doucouré. Further left is Mikalenko looking to square one, but no one's there for Everton. A poor giveaway by United. Dwight McNeil nearly got it. Now it's towards Ben Godfrey on the D. Looking to strike, but it's towards that left-hand side. It was hit very low. But didn't quite find the bottom left corner. Goal yet to be scored in open play in this contest. And I've just been informed that Alejandro Garnacho is the first player to win 2 penalties in a single Premier League game for Manchester United. I have to double check that, but there you go. did actually deflect off someone and Everton take the corner. It's towards that right-hand side, but it's out of play. Approaching half-time now. No real stoppages so far, so should be the 1 or 2 minutes to be added on. Nana looking to get this clear from his box. Now it's into the attacking half for United. Well dealt with by Everton though, and Dwight McNeil. And it's Garnacho who maybe committed the foul too much, and it's given to Everton now. They look across the box, but it's 6-yard box. Sorry, centre circle, should I say. Rashford in transition. Fernandes in the area, looking to utilise the outside of his foot to roll it across goal, but no one's there. There's Ghana in the midway point of defence for Everton. It's back into the box now for Jordan Pickford. We'll get this clear towards that right-hand side. Midway point of their defensive half is Ben Godfrey. It's a right off Bruno Fernandes, and it'll be an Everton throw-in just inside of their defensive half through Godfrey. Looks down that right-hand side, but United do play it back. And Godfrey, unfortunately for him, stepped out of play, and it'll be a United throw through Bruno Fernandes. And we'll leave it for Victor Lindelof. Left-hand touchline, a throw-in for Manchester United. Mainu. Lindelof. Bring it back towards Onana now. In goal. In the 6-yard box at the first time clearance. Towards that right-hand side. Dealt with by Mykolenko. Back towards Mykolenko. And Garnacho wins out. Alejandro Garnacho approaching the byline. It's Garnacho looking to square it across. And there's calls for a handball against Mykolenko. But those calls have not been answered as of yet. The VAR will definitely have a look at this. But for now, it will be a corner. 4 minutes of added time. Probably owing to the 2 penalties. And Mykolenko, of course, his right arm does touch the ball here clearly. It's Garnacho again who... is the player that looked to square it across, and Mykolenko's arm was in the way. Might this be enough to warrant a penalty shout? And it looks like no. The VAR seemingly have checked this. It will be a corner for United on that left-hand side. Now it's towards that central left-hand side, and it's run out by Branthwaite. The centre circle now is Casemiro. So we go Nana now. A beautiful crossfield ball towards that left-hand side was the intention, but it was out of play now. Midway point of defence for Everton, that right-hand touchline. It's back in line with that penalty area. It's with Pickford now, back in the box. United beginning to press. Tarkowski towards that right-hand touchline. Godfrey stepping in midfield now is Jack Harrison. It's Johnny Evans now, and he leaves it for Lindelof. Mainu. That left-hand touchline. Received in board again. Brilliant interplay with Marcus Rashford. It's Kobbie Mainu. It's towards McTominay and the 6-yard box on that left-hand side. And then the strike from Casemiro. And now it's towards Garnacho on his right-hand side. Twirling onto his left. On the D now is Casemiro. Lindelof! And it's a curling effort towards that right-hand side. And it's Pickford who does claim well. And looks and right towards that right-hand side. It's Jack Harrison back to goal now on that right-hand touchline. Lindelof stepping in. United gaining some momentum in these last few minutes of stoppage time. Lindelof's curling effort is by Jordan Pickford. Now it's going to be Manchester United in their defensive penalty area now through Andre Onana. Looks towards that right edge of the area. This time it is Rafael Varane now on this right-hand touchline. Looks upfield into the centre circle, but it's picked off by Everton initially. Jack Harrison with some nice interplay with James Tarkowski. And now McTominay. Brilliant ball towards Garnacho, who's in transition here. He's through on goal. Garnacho! No! Mikalenko with the last-ditch interception. Well, he's gained 2 penalties for United, but when he's faced with nothing ahead of him, he just stumbled over the ball in that instance, and Mikalenko was there to pick up. Now to receive just on halfway. This time Mikalenko with the crossfield ball towards that right-hand side, the diagonal intended towards Ben Godfrey on that right-hand touchline in the attacking half for United, but couldn't finish. And Garnacho was there. In fact, it was actually Jared Braithwaite who was there instead. But Mikalenko was the man who made the clearance. As Evans receives in a board again. Looking to step high up the park. One back by Beto. Looks to roll it across to James Garner in the box. Free is McNeil, and it's off the back of a United player. And half-time has been called in this first half. Action-packed. Scored by Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford is what separates these two sides. We'll be back with you in about 15 minutes or so for the second half. between Manchester United and Everton today. Receiving on this central right-hand side, and Everton look to flick it into the box now. It's with Onana who claims. We apologise for the delay. Of course, 2 goals from Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes from the penalty spot has seen United in this position now. Midway point of defence for Everton now. It is through James Tarkowski. Short towards Jaron Braithwaite. And Braithwaite yet again. Midway point of defence for Everton. Now it's on the D with Jordan Pickford. Central left-hand side is Jared Braithwaite. He's got options to his left and decides to look laterally for Mikalenko. Looks back towards Jordan Pickford. On that central right-hand side. Now it's back in the D for Onana. Towards that central right-hand side is now James Tarkowski. And the attempted diagonal to that left-hand side is executed to pure perfection. Dwight McNeil on this left-hand touchline. Lateral pass to find Mikalenko. Now it's back in the central region for James Garner now. Back in the defensive half, Everton. Bruno Fernandes pressing. Pickford now just coming out of his box to receive. The central left-hand side looks to play a long ball forward. A great first touch in the attacking half for Everton now with Garner. Left-hand touchline Mikalenko. Turns back onto the halfway line and with Braithwaite. They look to progress now forward. Everton down this left-hand touchline. Mikalenko driving into the box. And now he's looking across the face of goal. No one's there. It's with McTominay now. The midway point of the defensive half of Manchester United. And in the centre circle now is Bruno Fernandes. He's got options to his left and his right. Sliding through a pass towards Garnacho, who's through on goal, but he was in an offside position this time. Alejandro Garnacho really has evolved into a sumptuous player on the ball for Manchester United. Of course, arrived at the club as a youth player, signing across from Atletico Madrid in 2020. Since sharpened his skills and has evolved into a starting player for this football club. His right-hand touchline now is Everton, who go back into their defensive half through Tarkowski. Now back on the perimeter for Jordan Pickford, who's going to send this high and long towards that left-hand side. A brilliant touch from McNeil, who somehow keeps it in play. Doucouré now looks into the centre. Midway point of their attacking half now is Harrison. Overlapping on that right-hand side, Godfrey. Across the face of goal. No one's there to strike home for the Evertonians. And the Toffees will have to go to wait for their first goal in this clash, and they do sorely need it. On the balance of play, they've been very good, but they've just unfortunately cut out by their lack of finishing ability on the ball. Onana. Right-hand touchline, Dalot with a nice little nutmeg, and it's back with Garnacho. And towards that right-hand side again is Diogo Dalot, looking to slide through a pass going forward. And it's back in the midway point of the defensive half for Everton on the central left-hand side. Braithwaite. Upfield now for Garner. It looks in the midway point of their attack of defensive half. It is through Everton now. Racing upfield is Tarkowski. Beaten past halfway now. He's beaten past a couple players for United. He looks towards that right-hand side. It's Ben Godfrey with the cross. And that's deflected off the foot of Casemiro. A bit of injury troubles to the start of the season, but is now well and truly back in action for this side. Nice little neat turn for Ben Godfrey. It's flicked towards the perimeter, but Mainu does claim and does very well. And United might mount a counter-attack of their own through Bruno Fernandes, looking towards Garnacho on that central right-hand side, but it's picked off by the Toffees, and they can now recompose themselves through Dwight McNeil, and Bruno Fernandes committing himself a little bit too much, and though he gives away the foul. So Dwight McNeil will look to take this just approximately 20 yards from the halfway line in the attacking half for Everton. space in the box for Everton. They've got a line of players just beyond the perimeter, and they look towards that left-hand side now. It's Dwight McNeil. Cross into the box towards the back post, and it's Doucouré on the attempted half volley, but that deflects off United players. Now it's towards Godfrey on that right-hand touchline, and stepping inside was Marcus Rashford, who committed the foul, and Doucouré with a big opportunity there, just inside the box, but it wasn't quite to be. There seemed to be a bit of chatting between the players and referee in this circumstance. Doucouré with the strike. It did come off the leg of Scott McTominay, so no penalty shout required in that instance. Now it's with Johnny Evans, who can only get it clear as far as Jared Braithwaite, who composes himself very well in the attacking half for Everton on this central right-hand side. They'll go back in the centre circle, this time through Mikalenko. Left-hand side now is Dwight McNeil with a nice little pass in towards James Garner. Now it's Doucouré looking to weave his way past the United defence, and now it's Maynard who receives in the centre circle now, this time through Marcus Rashford. Left-hand side is Bruno Fernandes. Back into the defensive half for United through Victor Lindelof. Now towards that left-hand side it is Kobbie Mainoo. Centrally Rashford. And he can't break away clear. Just on halfway it is Doucouré across the centre circle. Left-hand side. The option was there for Mikalenko, but Garnacho with the defensive work rate tracked back in time. Midway point of the defensive half is Bruno Fernandes now. This time it is through Garnacho. Beautiful one-touch play from United now. In the centre circle is Bruno Fernandes as they cross past halfway through Johnny Evans on the central left-hand side. Rolled in a more central region for Kobbie Mainoo. The midway point of their attacking half, and they'll go back into their defensive half now. United happy with this spell of possession. Diogo Dalot now towards the halfway line with Garnacho on this right hand side. It's back with Diogo Dalot. Dalot once more. Portuguese international Diogo Dalot. A couple of Portuguese players on the pitch, including the likes of Beto and of course Bruno Fernandes. And now Johnny Evans looking to go on a run of his own. And Bruno Fernandes in the centre circle can find Garnacho on that right-hand side. Garnacho! Looking for the near post, but it's over the bar. That might have deflected off an Everton player, but it doesn't look to be the case initially. And Garnacho has been so lightning quick today in transition. Just over the bar. Didn't come off an Everton player in the end, and United don't get their early goal in the second half that you would have thought they would have liked to end this game well and truly. Mikalenko rides a challenge from Garnacho down this left-hand touchline and receives it on the halfway line. Plays it in short for Braithwaite. Looks up the line towards that left-hand side. It's Beto now racing through on goal. Beto still going. Cutting onto his right. He does so, but he stumbles down, approaching the byline. And it's one out by Casemiro. A good look for Everton now, but Bruno Fernandes will play it in short now. For now, Scott McTominay attempting to play the ball towards Marcus Rashford in that central channel, but he can't reach it. And it's right into the arms of Pickford now. And this right-hand side now for Everton, that right-hand touchline in the attacking half. It is through Doucouré. Back with Garner. Now Tarkowski in defence. It's towards that central left-hand side for Braithwaite. Left-hand touchline is McNeil stepping inside now in a more central region. Centre circle now is James Garner. Looking right and does find the option available. Back to Garner. Onana. One-time ball over the top towards that right-hand side and unable to be found. And we'll see a double change. Andre Gomez and Dominic Calvert-Lewin going to make their introductions. Who will make way though, we will see. I think it might be Amadou Onana is already on a yellow card, and maybe also Beto, who hasn't had too much pleasure up top as of yet. As United clear it out of defence down that right-hand side following the press from Everton, but it's one back by Branthwaite. Onana turning away and playing it back on halfway for Everton down the central left-hand side as Branthwaite. Onana in space, looking towards that left-hand side, but to no player in particular. And those changes might be confirmed in perhaps the next phase of play. Onana will take the goal kick for United. Looks towards that right-hand side. Just on the halfway line is Scott McTominay, who strides forward and rides the challenge from James Garner, his former United teammate in midfield, in fact. Here's Bruno Fernandes, central left-hand side, Mainu. Now it's Johnny Evans. Just beyond the centre circle, towards that right-hand side now is Dalot. And Casemiro will play it back to Dalot on that right-hand side in defence. And he plays it back to his goalkeeper, Onana. Onana centrally finds Evans following that 10-yard pass. Casemiro. It's a Garnacho who comes in very deep to receive. It's towards that left-hand side from Rafael Varane. Varane again now. Nice little 1-2 with Marcus Rashford, who finds him laterally. Forward pass from Varane is intercepted by Everton now. And they race down this right-hand channel this time through Jack Harrison. McNeil is there centrally. Harrison on this right edge of the penalty area. It's towards McNeil, turning onto his left. Then again, it's Beto, and it's off the head of a United player. Doucouré again towards the near post, and somehow Onana makes the save. I think he got his legs to it. That is just tremendous goalkeeping from Andre Onana, and keeps out a goal from Everton's Doucouré in this instance. And Garnacho now. United are really struggling to play it out of their defence. And that's with Garnacho, and they give it away again down that right-hand side. It's won back by Everton through Branthwaite. Now midway point of the attacking half for Everton. It's through McNeil. And now Onana. Towards that left-hand side, Garner. McNeil. And now it's with Mykolenko. Onana. Now it's the options looking to be assessed for Everton as they play it back into the centre circle and towards that right hand side from Tarkowski. Right hand touchline now available is Jack Harrison, short towards McNeil, playing in a more central position in the second half now. It's Jack Harrison looking to ride the challenges and unfortunately unable to win it out for his side. United play it back in their defensive half through Onana. He launches one forward, looking towards Mykolenko. And, it's one back in midfield for United, this time through Scott McTominay. Long ball over the top towards that left-hand side. In behind is Bruno Fernandes. He's got Garnacho across the face of goal, who looked to just swing his legs at it. And couldn't find the bottom right corner. Sorely missed chance for him, who would have loved to get on that point in time. The ball towards the right-hand side. Slightly unlucky, and I think Bruno Fernandes was in an offside position regardless. Garnacho's been so good, but can't quite find the finishing touches. Changes confirmed for Everton now. It looks like Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Andre Gomez are the two players going to come on definitively. Can they maybe re-energise this Everton side? Who knows? Calvert-Lewin, a couple of good seasons in years gone by. That's more of a distant memory at this point, as it's received in the midway point of defence now for Dwight McNeil, who plays it back to his goalkeeper Pickford. Launches one towards that right-hand side seemingly, but it's unable to be kept in play by Ben Godfrey. And those changes now will be confirmed. In fact, it actually will be a triple change. And the final player looks to be Lewis Dobbin. Doucouré will make way for Andre Gomez. Beto is going to make way for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And Lewis Dobbin, I think, is also going to come on. I think Jack Harrison is going to make way. Lewis Dobbin, of course, a well-accomplished youth international for England. Season with the one goal in the Premier League against Chelsea in December of last year. And of course, Andre Gomez, what is there not to say about him? He is a very accomplished footballer. Also a Portuguese international. Was also on Barcelona's books at one point and was on loan at Lille last campaign. Evans now back to his goalkeeper in Onana. Bruno Fernandes towards that right hand side. It's Johnny Evans. Midway point of defence on that left hand side. It is through Rafael Varane, who will unmistakably plays it out of play. There's one back by United in their attacking half. It's through Bruno Fernandes, racing through in the central region, into the D, towards that right-hand side. Garnacho again across the face of goal. And there was an interception there from an Everton player. And Garnacho will look to receive down that right-hand touchline again. It's kept in play. It's towards that right edge of the penalty area. Fernandes looking to drive it in. And it's back with Mainu on the right edge of the penalty area, across to Bruno Fernandes again! And it just finds Pickford's gloves as he dives to his right, and there will be a corner for Manchester United from this left-hand side. Bruno Fernandes saving United, potentially going 3-0 up, were it not for his strike going a bit more towards the left-hand side. As he'll look to fashion a cross in from this position. In towards the central area. Lindelof, it's chaos in the penalty area. Absolute chaos. Lindelof was there, Evans was there, and Pickford was there to ensure that the ball did not cross the line completely. It was towards the near post. Evans, McTominay was involved in that scrap. I think it was Mikalenko as well. I'm not sure. It was like schoolyard football where everyone's just looking to touch the football somehow. And eventually it was Lindelof who I think poked it through, and Pickford was there just in time to ensure that ball did not cross the line. And they will reset now. Jordan Pickford. Central left-hand side for Everton now, as they look for the crossfield ball, but Mainu is there for the interception in the centre circle. It's Casemiro with the header upfield. Now Tarkowski looks towards that right-hand side. Ben Godfrey turns away from his marker. James Garner, right-hand touchline in the attacking half for Everton. Midway point of the attacking half to be certain. Back in the defence for the Toffees. Across the centre circle, Branthwaite, left-hand touchline. Mikalenko, in short, is Onana. He goes towards that left-hand touchline yet again in the midway point of the attacking half for Everton. On halfway is Onana, nice little 1-2 with McNeil, but he's overpowered by Manchester United's Marcus Rashford, but they give it away in transition. And Everton will look to mount a counter-attack of their own now, this time through Andre Gomez, approaching the area towards that right-hand side now. It's Dobbin cutting onto his right, and he'll see that out for a corner following the intervention from Victor Lindelof. So a crucial corner for Everton here. It's Dwight McNeil is going to stand over this one. By far has been the most talented of the Everton players this afternoon. Fashions across in toward the back post. Their header en route! Not quite there. They'll look to have a second bite of the cherry, but they can't deliver. And Garnacho is there for the counter-attack, but he won't strike as of yet. And Lindelof actually does bundle over an Everton player about 30 yards out from goal, so they'll get a very intriguing set-piece opportunity. Onana was brought to ground, the Everton version of Onana. And, well, this will present a intriguing opportunity for Everton if they can score what will be a miraculous free kick, all things considered. Dwight McNeil and Andre Gomez standing over this one. About 30 yards out from goal, in a very central area. Andre Gomez and Doucouré. Gomez, it's straight into the wall. And it's in fact deflected all the way out for an Everton throw-in their defensive half on that right-hand side. Tarkowski now throws it to Jordan Pickford. It's got to let one fly long towards that left-hand side. Doesn't pick out a player in particular, but it's won back by the Evertonians. This time through Mikolenko. Rolled in short for Andre Gomez. It's McNeil, looks towards that right-hand side, searching and finding Ben Godfrey on that right-hand touchline. Plays it back towards McNeil, midway point of the attacking half for Everton. It's Onana, central right-hand side, looking to approach that right edge of the area. It's Gomez turning away from his marker. It's Onana, and it's back with Branthwaite, just beyond the centre circle. Onana yet again, looking to slide through a pass. Available there was Calvert-Lewin. And then the strike eventually arrived from Lewis Dobbin. But that is way over the bar for them. So United have a moment to reset now and to reconsolidate themselves. They've been very good in terms of composing themselves in defensive situations, but they've had brief few moments in which they've had lapses of concentration, and that's been in the first half and second half as well. Everton have continued that intensity regardless of the scoreline whatsoever. Midway point of their defensive half, it is Victor Lindelof. Evans. Dalot. For the right-hand touchline is Garnacho with the Nagidi spin and breaks out of harm's way. On this halfway line now is Johnny Evans. Looks centrally for Bruno Fernandes. And it's McTominay upfield, approaching the D, looking to slide through a ball towards Rashford, who isn't there, and in fact does collect Onana, and that's going to be the first yellow card of the afternoon for Manchester United to Scott McTominay. Just exerting too much force on Amadou Onana. McTominay maintaining his composure despite the yellow card. And so it will be for Everton to try and claw their way back into this contest in the last 20 minutes or so. Time is ticking away as Mikolenko looks to receive from the free kick on that left-hand touchline, but can't keep it in play. And so it'll be a throw for Dalot at the midway point of their defensive half on that right-hand side. Diogo Dalot. And short towards Bruno Fernandes. It's back with Dalot. Turns away eloquently and it's back towards Casemiro. And now on the right edge of the penalty area for United in their defensive half, it's Evans with a crossfield ball towards Rashford. Overlapping is Victor Lindelof. Midway point of their defensive half on this central left-hand side, it is Varane. Back to his goalkeeper Onana. Options are plenty for Manchester United, and they'll just knock the ball around as happy as they can be. It's back towards Onana in the 6-yard box, and Calvert-Lewin is most definitely pressing and showcasing his intensity. Dalot is back towards Onana, who has to move away from Calvert-Lewin, and in fact sends it out of play towards that right-hand side for Everton to take the throw-in now. Just beyond halfway on that right-hand touchline for Everton to take. It's Pickford now in the centre circle, plays a long ball across, looking for Calvert-Lewin on that right-hand side in the box, but it's Lindelof who wins out. And now it's with Varane. And Mainu pushed off the ball by, I think it is Dwight McNeil, and in fact it actually was Lewis Dobbin. And so, the frustration beginning to emanate from the Everton players in this contest. You can see just giving away needless fouls as they take the free kick, but it's well dealt with by Ben Godfrey on this right-hand touchline. And they'll win the throw-in, just in line with their midway point of their defensive half. Cleared up the line by United into the attacking half. The backwards header eventually does arrive from James Tarkowski. Now Branthwaite racing upfield down this central left-hand side and goes past halfway. Looks up forward for Calvert-Lewin. Now in the centre circle is Mainu just inside the defensive half. They go past halfway to Rashford. It's back in the defensive half for Johnny Evans. Back with Rashford. And Branthwaite is just looking to get back up on his feet. He does so eventually. Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes in the centre circle. On halfway is Diogo Dalot on this central right-hand side. The ball in behind is attempted towards Bruno Fernandes, but it's won out by Everton and Onana. And now Gomez in transition. He's got Garner to his left, but he's got Calvert-Lewin upfield. And Varane with the interception eventually, and Onana gets it clear into the centre circle for Everton to head back towards that central left-hand side of the attacking half. It is Dwight McNeil with a delivery into the box, but it's Onana who claims. Both sides slowing the tempo down, that is to be very certain. And the former Manchester United product, Ashley Young, is going to make his arrival on the park. Now it's one back on halfway on that right-hand side for Everton. Midway point of their defensive half now, it is through Jaron Braithwaite. Now it's Gomez in midfield on that midway point of the attacking half for Everton. Numbers and runners arriving for Ghana. Left-hand side Vikalenko, about 10 yards out from the left edge of the penalty area. It's McNeil in behind Gomez towards the left-hand byline. It might yet fall. It doesn't though, and United get it clear towards that right-hand side, and McNeil and Garnacho in a bit of a tussle, and it will be a United throw-in line with that penalty area, defensive penalty area. James Garner going to make way for Ashley Young, who departed the club in 2020 following a 10-year stint at the club from 2011. Made over 190 appearances in the Premier League, and a big applause from the Old Trafford supporting fans of this club. Returned to his former club Aston Villa in 2021 and made the shift across to Everton in the summer. It's Dalot now. It's received the midway point of the attacking half for Dwight McNeil now. Looking to go to that right-hand side, and back of a step in the centre circle now is James Tarkowski. It's with Onana. In the heart of midfield. Looking to play through a ball. It's towards Calvert-Lewin. Bit of trickery. Left-hand side is Dobbin. Looking to cut onto his right on the left edge of the penalty area. Mikalenko with the ball in towards the back post. The free header was there, and at the back post is Dobbin, and he can't fire either. Sending it towards the right-hand side. Goodness gracious me, Everton sorely deserved that on the balance in this second half. Calvert-Lewin, I'm not sure if his header was directed towards the back post. In fact, it was actually Ben Godfrey who was there initially. And quick reactions from Lewis Dobbin, and eventually Calvert-Lewin looked to perhaps just get that in somehow, but across the face of goal, when you have that minimal reaction speed and time, it's hard to react in those moments. It's with Bruno Fernandes, and it's a foul given away by United just beyond the centre circle now, and they'll look to press forward yet again. Everton, they need a goal now in order to keep their hopes alive. At the moment, this would extend their winless streak in the Premier League to 11 games. So it seems as if we're going to see Sofiane Amrabat coming on as well for United. In the centre circle now from the free kick is McNeil. Looks towards that right-hand side in the box. And now it's towards Ashley Young on that right-hand touchline. It's in towards Gomez. Into the area. United deal with it well. The attempted overhead kick from Amadou Onana on the D. That was unbelievable. And Onana with the acrobatic effort. Onana saves. It was from outside the box. And if it had a bit more zip on it, and it was directed towards one of the corners, we could be talking about one of the most outrageous Premier League goals you've ever seen. And it was actually in this reverse fixture where Alejandro Garnacho scored that famous bicycle kick as well at Goodison Park. Well done by Marcus Rashford on that left-hand side, but it's well won out by Ashley Young now. A bit of a scrap in midfield, and it's won back by United just on halfway on that left-hand side as Marcus Rashford looking to turn his body away was Bruno Fernandes, and Rashford bringing down Ben Godfrey and gives away the foul eventually. Amrabat is going to make his way onto the park, should I say, and it looks like Kobbie Mainoo is going to make his final steps off the deck for United. Not sure if that's an injury concern, perhaps. But the on-loan Amrabat is going to make his arrival on the park for United. Mainoo poised on the ball today. And now it's flicked him towards the box for Calvert-Lewin. On the edge of the area was McNeil looking to play through Young. Back to goal was McTominay in the midway point of their defensive half, and they are awarded the free kick in their defensive half. Calvert-Lewin has made an impact for sure in some way, shape or form, but that hasn't resulted in the scoreline changing in this second half. Now it's just on the D for Onana now. 12 minutes left of regular time in this contest. His goal kick beats past several players, and in fact committing the foul was a United player. This we'll now see Everton take the free kick in towards that central attacking area on that left-hand side, and Garnacho can't get possession of it. It's Dobbin towards that left-hand touchline. Amrabat with a fantastic defensive challenge on that right-hand touchline, but unfortunately for Garnacho, he can't keep it in. Thrown for Everton on that left-hand side in the midway point of their attacking half. It is through Andre Gomez. Back left for Branthwaite. In the centre circle now. There's Tarkowski. Looking to get the interception was Marcus Rashford, and well composed by Everton yet again as we approach 80 minutes now down in this contest. Onana, central left, receives and in the defensive half, turns away from Marcus Rashford and plays it across the centre circle in towards Tarkowski. A line-splitting pass does find the option of Calvert-Lewin. Now from the option from Dwight McNeil, in which he received in board, but for Calvert-Lewin he actually didn't entirely receive it following the ball that was overhit a little bit too much. Onana now. On the D is Amrabat. Right edge of the penalty area is Evans. Oh, that's a poor giveaway, and Onana will actually see that out for a corner. Johnny Evans just looking to play it back to his goalkeeper, but there's a bit of a misunderstanding there, it seems. Also the set piece delivery from Everton on that left-hand side. It's in towards the central area. Calvert-Lewin with the free header, and it's into the arms of Onana. Strong head from Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and United can't make much of that attack, and it's into the D of Jordan Pickford. Sends it towards that left-hand side, and Dobbin will receive on the touchline. In fact, it is going to be Onana on that left-hand touchline. Anthony being prepped to come on as well. Gomez in the centre circle now. Options on that right-hand side. It is through Ben Godfrey now. And nice little 1-2 with Ashley Young. And he looks to fire a cross in. All dealt with by United yet again. They look to get it clear down that left-hand side, and in fact they will get the free kick. This change being confirmed for Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho is going to receive a massive round of applause for his efforts this afternoon. Anthony is going to make his way onto the park, a 24-year-old now, should I say. Winger from Sao Paulo. Hasn't had the greatest of starts to his season with Manchester United. Only the one goal this campaign in the FA Cup. None in the Premier League. Signed for £100 million from Ajax 2 summers ago. And the free kick from Onana now into the centre circle is Dobbin. Amrabat does really well. Now it's with Garnacho. It's a replacement in Anthony. Very similar hairstyle, of course, just on halfway. And a brilliant pass towards that right-hand side. It's Dallo and Pickford coming out of his box to get it clear. Unfortunately for him, it breaks kindly for Onana in the centre circle. On that right-hand side is Andre Gomez, and now Ashley Young across the box looking for Onana. It's with Dwight McNeil, that shot deflected. And now Mikalenko on the perimeter of the area on that left-hand side now is Lewis Dobbin. On the D is Onana, right-hand side. The cross from Ashley Young to the back post. And Mikalenko couldn't head home. And United will hold firm yet again. Look at these statistics to see what this fixture has really painted in terms of the outlook. 50% possession each. United's 13 shots to Everton 20. United's 7 shots to Everton's 5 on target. Doesn't quite paint the entire picture, does it? Everton have probably been the better side in this contest. Upfield they go. They can't generate anything from this position. Pickford now, in the centre circle now is Andre Gomez. Back of a step. He's back with Andre Gomez. Left hand side now is Mikalenko. Just on the halfway line is Gomez yet again. Approaching the left-hand touchline. There's one back by United, initially at least, but Mikalenko was there to make the interception in the end. There's left-hand touchline for Everton, just inside the defensive half, and he throws it back towards Jared Braithwaite. Yeah, midway point of the defensive half is James Tarkowski. Right-hand side now, right-hand touchline, should I say, Ben Godfrey looking to find in behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but he can't do so. United look to knock it around in that defensive half. Evans now. Approaching the byline, in fact, is Varane. He's been forced all the way to the corner flag and still bouncing around for Everton in that right-hand channel. Tarkowski more centrally for Dwight McNeil. Central attacking area for Everton, and Andre Gomez is brought down by Sofyan Amrabat. Referee having none of that whatsoever. Of course, we do have a lot more action for you on the Flash Scores Commentary Network today in the English Premier League. We do have Crystal Palace versus Luton Town, Bournemouth versus Sheffield United, and Wolves versus Fulham, all coming up very soon. Flicked into the box from Everton for the set piece, but it's claimed by Onana, following some interplay just on the edge of the area. He throws it out towards that left-hand side. Varane on the perimeter gets it clear, and then into the attacking half for Rashford, who's racing in transition on this left-hand side. He's offside though, looking to twirl his way past Jordan Pickford. The run was made a little bit too late, as he was firmly in an offside spot. Midway point of their attacking half is Andre Gomez. Centre circle is Onana. Looks towards that left-hand side is Dobbin. Onana. Midway point of their attacking half. The switch towards that right-hand channel. It's Godfrey looking to send a cross in. And it's claimed by Bruno Fernandes. Looking upfield for the racing. Scott McTominay on that left-hand side. It's got Gomez as his marker. And he's been shouldered by James Tarkowski. And that's going to be a free kick for Manchester United. About 35 yards out from goal. On that central left-hand side. McTominay, just a man rejuvenated this season under Erik Ten Hag. We'll see the final two changes, it seems, of this fixture for Everton and also for Manchester United. And the first one being Mikalenko is going to make way for Yusuf Chamiti, and United will bring on another one of their youngsters, and Willie Kamwala, and off coming is Johnny Evans. Willie Kamwala, of course, the 19-year-old Frenchman, arrived from Sochaux in 2020, and made his debut for United against West Ham in December. He's featured in 3 Premier League games, and this is his 4th appearance, and it'll be a very nice one with a likely win at home. The free kick taken towards the back post. Casemiro is there, but he can only send it towards that left-hand side. Entering the 89th minute now in this contest. Everton will play it out of their defence. This time for Jordan Pickford, asking for men to usher forward. This is more desperation from Everton than anything. They can get a go-ahead goal. They might change up things, and they might do so now. Dobbin on this left-hand side, across the box. It's well defended by Diogo Dalot on this right edge of the penalty area. The cross does arrive eventually from Ashley Young. It's deflected off Dalot. Ashley Young's going to take the corner very quickly. Well, he tried to at least, but the cavalry will arrive through Jared Braithwaite, among others, towards the right edge of the area. Again, it's Dobbin looking at the strike off from 30 yards out, but it's back with Gomez across the face of goal, and it's Onana who claims and punches it away from harm's way. It's back with Young across into the box. No one's there to flick it on for Everton, and Amrabat will win out for United. Now it's with Marcus Rashford down this right-hand channel, switching wings, it seems, with Anthony, it seems. Amrabat in the heart of defence for United in that central right-hand side. At the point of their defensive half now, it is through Victor Lindelof as we approach 90 minutes now. How many minutes of added time will we see? We'll tell you just in a few moments, but once we actually know how many minutes of added time there is. 4 in this contest. Amrabat, central left-hand side in the heart of defence for United, as Dalot now stepping into midfield, driving towards that left-hand side is Anthony. Casemiro appealing for it in the box. Anthony on this left-hand side looking to get it across goal, but it's going to be a United corner to take. Off the foot of, I think, Jared Braithwaite. What's next for these two sides? For Manchester United, it's a very intriguing run of fixtures coming up for them. They've got, of course, the FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool in about a week's time. And Brentford in the Premier League. And the attempted effort from the outside of goal does arrive for United, but it's claimed by Pickford in a very central position. And they got Chelsea on the 5th. The 4th of April, should I say. As for Everton, they've also got a interesting run of fixtures. Their match against, of course, Liverpool was postponed, and due to that cup match against United. They've got Bournemouth on the 30th, Newcastle on the 2nd of April, and then Burnley. He's got Everton there. The remainder of this season is going to be clouded in sort of what could be, what could have been, if they didn't have that point deduction. Where could they have been this campaign? It's been an improvement in terms of game style and sort of system-orientated football, but as for United, again, who drive in transition now down this left-hand side, in the centre circle now, this left-hand side, and overlapping is Dalot, looking to flick it across goal. And again, the strike on goal eventually did arrive from Bruno Fernandes, but he could only set out of play for a goal kick. He's quite upset. In fact, it actually did deflect off an Everton player, so it will be a corner for United. But as I did mention, United obviously, for them, it's about regaining that consistency that they've been so well renowned for over the years, but it's in the last 12 years or so that's sort of gone by the wayside. Want to take it quickly back towards Amrabat, towards the near post. Approaching the right edge of the penalty area. It's back with Dalot now. Right, left-hand touchline for United. Central left-hand side for United. Their attacking half. It's Amrabat back in the centre half of defence. It is through Victor Lindelof. 1 minute left in this contest of added time. Midway point of their defensive half as Lindelof looks towards that right-hand side, and Casemiro will send it upfield looking for Marcus Rashford. Kamwala was there as well. In the centre circle now is Everton on that right hand side, looking to race forward, and unfortunately they don't exactly win it out in space. Chomiti was there. Left hand side for United, their attacking half. It is Bruno Fernandes. Inside is Rashford, and he's clobbered down by Jarrad Braithwaite, and he's in an offside position. Nonetheless, I think it was a very legal challenge. And in the second half, Everton have really shut out United, causing the offside trap in many instances. Jarrad Braithwaite was there to retrieve, despite the offside flag being called against Marcus Rashford. And I think that might be the final action of this game as well. Unless we do have a final few moments following the offside free kick taken. It's high in towards Chomiti, and that's the final whistle. United, a much needed win at home for them. Their pursuit for European football continues this season. For Erik Ten Hag's men, it is a well-deserved victory on the balance. Those two penalties won by Garnacho is what made the difference. Ronaldo with a great game and goal for United as well. As for Everton, well, they played very well, and they probably had the better of the chances in that second half especially. Lots to look up for them, and the Sean Dyche's men playing a very attractive brand of football, and for Dwight McNeil as well, who was without doubt the outstanding standout for Everton. Ashley Young returns home to Old Trafford, and so does James Garner, but United get the much deserved and needed 2-0 victory. I've been Neil Simon for Flash Score. It's been a pleasure joining you in the coverage this afternoon. I'll be with you very, very soon for some more EPL action.